Let's start off with those Joe Tsai comments. Kind of shook up the market. We were tracking some data center stocks, including yours. They traded lower after Joe Tsai's comments about a potential bubble around data centers. What are you seeing when it comes to demand right now? And I want to can you compare it to pre-DeepSeek, DeepSeek, and after DeepSeek?
Absolutely. Well, first I'd say the overall data center picture for demand is quite strong and robust. And AI is only a portion of the workloads that are being housed by data centers. Data centers are powering everything we do every day. You're watching the news, you're ordering lunch, you're trading stocks, you're anything that's happening across the entire economy and infrastructure.
I got to be fair, John. We get that.
Yeah.
But has demand declined post DeepSeek? Are you starting to see it peak? It's one thing for it to be growing, but has the growth rate of demand that's coming in, I know this is kind of a nebulous number, but has that slowed down a bit? Are companies seeing that they are believing that they need less capacity?
We haven't seen that manifest so far. I would just say, again, demand is very robust. I would say we're pretty much constrained more around delivery of capacity off of the overall supply chain, utility being one of the key constraints.
All right. Speaking of utilities, power, that's one of the key components of a data center. Oklo had its earnings. They kind of put out there that there's a lot of demand for for energy coming from data centers. You're working with Oklo, but you're not going to get that power anytime soon. Kind of lay out how you're working with them, what contracts you've signed, and what are your expectations from that company?
Yeah, overall, the utility and power requirements in particular for data centers is going to be one of the limiting factors for us looking into the future. And so we're pursuing a strategy which is we want to make sure we're stimulating all of the players that are out in the market generating new capacity for us. And Oklo is one of those. And so our ability then to sign a contract, give them certainty that we're going to be there when the power becomes available as an off-taker and that they'll be having revenue off of that is important for them to continue their development.
So I was looking at a Goldman Sachs report earlier this morning. According to Goldman Sachs estimates, the data center power demand is going to increase by 165% by 2030. Do you believe that Oklo is going to be able to provide you with some power by then? And if not, where do you get it from?
Again, we're hopeful working with the administration that we can get forward progress on some of the permitting issues that are one of the largest barriers for broader adoption of nuclear energy. But again, we're working with everybody across the entire landscape for all abilities. Certainly natural gas as a bridge solution to that is an option that we're pursuing.
You use nuclear right now. Like what percentage roughly? What percentage of the power that you use right now comes from nuclear facilities?
Probably less than 10% on a global basis. Again, it's just part of the mix of the grid.
All right, just part of the mix. Big event coming up this week, the CoreWeave IPO. CoreWeave is a customer of yours. What does this IPO mean, not only for your business when it comes to numbers, but also sentiment?
I think overall it's a great validation around the AI use cases that are out there and like the broader adoption of, hey, this is getting very, very real and delivering revenue and out to the market and impact for enterprises. And so I think that that's an important momentum builder for us. What we're doing for CoreWeave, it's really about bringing their capacity and technology to the rest of our customers. Our focus is around interconnecting all of the service providers around the world, along with the top enterprises, helping their data connect into AI.
So with this IPO, do you believe that investors are going to see the success of the IPO as kind of a window into your business? I mean, this is a company that's certainly testing the limits. Christina Partsinevelos did a great job kind of laying out the company and some of the issues it has with debt and also GPUs that it uses, that are fast appreciated. So investors are paying close attention to this company for the quote-unquote AI trade. Do you think this is going to be, for investors, something that gives a window into the sentiment of how they see your business?
I don't think so. I look at CoreWeave as, again, an important customer of ours in terms of part of the mix of service providers that are out there. All of the hyperscalers are customers. You look at Amazon, Microsoft, Google, along with hundreds of other service providers across the entire landscape.
So if it jumps, you don't think your stock jumps along with it? I mean, they're a customer of yours, and it's kind of a signal that AI demand is strong. You don't think it benefits you?
I think there's momentum trade associated with that, but I think there's a broader macro picture that investors are looking at.
One of the quick questions we were talking about it. A lot of steel and aluminum used in data centers. How will these tariffs impact you?
Well, we look at that certainly from a cost perspective and how we'll be able to translate that downstream into our customers. Again, our customers are able to absorb that generally. The data center portion is a pretty small total component of their overall spend.